to the abstract presented to you by the Western Student Research Conference. The abstract aims to get undergraduates in Canadian universities interested in pursuing a diverse range of research. The WSRC is a multidisciplinary research conference hosted at Western University, and we encourage all undergraduates to apply. Applications are officially open and will close on January 15th of 2021. In this episode, we have an interesting and fun discussion about the WSRC. We talk about our experiences with the WSRC and the benefits of both applying to and attending the conference, while also discussing how it'll be run virtually this year. So if you want to learn more about the WSRC from our amazing co-chairs for the 2020-2021 year, Ishita and Lev, please keep listening. My name is Janica. I'm the creative lead for the abstract, and we have two very special guests here with us today.
My name is Ishita. I'm in fourth year bio. This is my third year with the conference. I'm excited to be here.
I am Lev. I am in my fourth year studying economics, and this is my fourth year with the conference.
Wonderful. So why don't you tell us a bit about your sort of path to becoming co-chairs?
I was in second year. It was, I think, the beginning of the year in September, and I saw their applications that they were looking for people to be in their media team or in research team, and I applied to all of them, but I had more background in marketing, so they took me for marketing, which I was fine with. And I didn't really know what a research conference was. I wasn't sure if we would be conducting research or what it would be doing. I don't know. So I came to the first meeting and everyone's just already there, and I was just like, I just felt really out of place. But luckily I had a really good VP, and she helped make the adjustment in my second year, but first year with the conference. I'm really good, and experiencing the conference firsthand, how everything was kind of being planned, was really great. Especially in the first year with the conference, I was a lot more confused about what we were actually doing, because I didn't know what logistics or research or the other committees were in charge of, because I was just doing graphics. They would just tell me what to do, and I just come to the meetings. That first year was really good, and then I applied for marketing VP the second year in my third year, and I made it. And the funny thing, actually, at the end of my interview, Matt and Selena, the co-chairs for that year, at the end of my interview, I've done my interview and I'm, shot my shot, said all the cheesy things, and they're like, we actually already know who we're going to be taking for VP of Marketing and VP of Finance. And I'm like, VP of Marketing, me? Why would they say that if I wasn't going to get it? So I'm like, okay, great. That means I got it. I'm like, VP of Finance. I'm like, Lev's in Finance. So then I was like, okay, maybe Lev probably got it. And that's it. And then it was like the end of the year, go out for summer, and that summer I didn't hear back that I got the position, so I was like, question mark, did I make it, did I not make it? And so I messaged Lev. This is the first time I'm actually talking to him, actually second time during the conference. Yeah. Lev acknowledged my presence. He's like, you're holding the camera the whole conference, can you go and take pictures of my friend Burke, who is now our VP of External? He's doing an oral presentation in UC College, just go and just take pictures of him. I'm like, okay. I take them, and then I come back. So, and then during the summer I was like, okay, I think he also applied. So I messaged Lev, I'm like, did you hear back? And he's like, no. And then we found out we both made it. So we're like, okay, great. And then so we go another year. Last year as VP marketing, I was VP finance, and COVID happened, so conference got canceled, but applications were still up for next year, and I wasn't going to apply. If I was going to apply, I was probably going to do marketing again. And I told Lev, and Lev asked me, he's like, are you applying for co-chair? And I was like, I don't really think so. And I was like, why not? Like, why not just do it? Like, what's the worst that could happen? And I was like, I guess you're right. So then I applied. And we also did not hear back from them because for a second year in a row, we didn't know if we made it, if the conference was canceled, what was happening. We didn't know. We thought maybe conference was canceled again for this upcoming year. So I just kind of took that off my list of things to worry about this upcoming year. Probably a week before some news came, we were talking and we were like, it sucks. Like, it would have been great to, kind of be co-chairs. And if we were going to be co-chairs, we wouldn't want to be with anyone other than ourselves, because we know how we work. And then fast forward like a week or a week and a half, in second week of September, we both get a message from the co-chair from last year. She's like, hey, are you guys so interested in being co-chairs, because the conference is now on and we can do it virtually? And we both said, yeah. And we realized we're months behind schedule because normal co-chairs get months and the whole summer to plan and get a team together and start everything. And yeah, it was an adjustment, but then we thought we can only start this once we have a team together. So we did a nice long weekend of interviews. That was a long weekend, but we have a team that's doing work simultaneously. It's not like we have to do everything and micromanage everything, which is kind of good, but we trust our peoples.
We didn't have an interview for it, right? It was just like, you guys want it? And we're like, oh. So that's probably why we were so, I guess, a little bit like intimidated, like, oh my goodness, we're going to be working on this like 40 hours every single week because we are so far behind all this, all that.
Especially that first month, we worked a lot.
Exactly. After that, it just kind of started like, saying like, oh, okay, well, like we've done all this pretty much before, just in different functions. Once that little adjustment period hits and like you kind of just see things from a different perspective and think, okay, yeah, we've done this before. We have this experience already. So just from there, it just became much easier. So yeah.
You're doing amazing, by the way. You both were super approachable too. Like the first meeting, you both made an amazing impression on me. And I was just like, these people are just so incredible. I just want to meet them and get to know them even more.
Yeah, I want to preface the listeners right now that this whole podcast idea was Janika's. In her application. Right. When we were reviewing every single application, Janika had an idea of doing a podcast.
It was fun because like we released applications. We blocked off just like 10 to 8 Saturday and Sunday. We were just like fully booked. We didn't get out of our seats at all. Which it was a lot of fun, but the application itself, Janika, yours was like 7th or 8th on the list of this gigantic Excel file. I was just going through it, and then Ishita was stuck on somebody, and I was starting to read yours. And the question was like new ideas and stuff like that. I don't remember exactly what you said, but then you're like, you should start a podcast. And I was like, no way. That's so sick. And then like I literally just like, Ishita, read this one. And then you read it, and then after that, it was just the heart rate's been buzzing ever since. And that was the moment that I think the concept of the abstract was born, and here we are now.
Oh, I love that. So, it's a group effort. I'm so glad you like the idea. Lev, why don't you tell us a bit about your positions, because you were in a different portfolio, weren't you?
I saw the application posted on, I don't know, Must Knows or Facebook somewhere, and then I just applied. Like 2 days later, I get an email saying like I got an interview. I'm like, what? No way. I don't know who it was, but they're like, let's take this guy on. Because she just said like, her first year on all this and stuff, exact same experience. I'm like, what's research? I have no idea what it is. I don't even know how to organize a conference.
I want to make it clear. This is how like they just run the meetings as if everybody already knew how the conference is structured or what everyone was doing. That's why we made it a big deal to explain the event to everyone in the first meeting.
We need to like make it clear to everybody. Like if you don't know, it could be the dumbest question in the world, but half the committee is thinking the same thing. We
just need to make sure that you don't feel like there's some boundary, like you can't reach out to us.
Janica, I guess I had a great VP, pretty much just taught me everything. And another thing is like the team itself, it was just awesome. One of my favorite things was literally Sunday night meetings. Sounds weird, but I was literally just looking forward to it all the time.
Yeah.
And then was VP for 2 years, and Ishita told the rest of the story. I didn't even know we were co-chairs for the entire summer, but yeah. Janica, we're curious about your start. When did you apply? We can actually pull that up.
Oh yeah, we have the stats.
Actually, we can figure it out. I found a post on Facebook about the conference, and I was just like so intrigued. What is this? This seems like the biggest thing ever, and I wanted to be a part of it. And it was advertised as a multidisciplinary conference, right? So I was like, I love research, any types of research. I just love reading it. So I applied, put into outreach. I love my team. They're all amazing. The first day made the best impression on me, and I was just so happy that I was able to come into a family that really supported each other.
We strive for.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want to hear. We did apply. Who never even would have popped into our minds.
Yeah. Instead, Ishita and I would be sitting here probably trying to book some rooms or something like that. Like, it'd be so boring. Now we could talk about how we started with the conference. That's so much better.
Why don't you explain whole concept of the conference, especially this year?
So apart from this year, what happens every year is that we hold a conference at the end of March. We collect applications for abstracts from undergraduate researchers from different universities. You can come and present your research in a one-day conference for a few hours. There will be flash talks and oral presentations and poster presentations. There's a guest speaker, one or two, depending. There's food, and everyone dresses all nice, and you get like a little lanyard, and it's like you can walk around and look at all the posters or attend the flash talks and watch people do super short 3-minute presentations of their research or watch the oral presentations. Each of those researchers will be getting marked by a judge or our research team. And for our committee, all the execs they definitely have something to do. Otherwise, they're walking around and talking and participating with all the presenters, which is a fun day. But this year it's a little different, of course. It's virtual. Instead of a one-day conference, we've turned it into a 2-day conference, still at the end of March, still regular process of submitting applications. But this time we're trying to see if we can make it more interactive, where we can reach out to more students this way, because now it's a lot more accessible. You don't have to drive up from wherever you live, or you don't have to take a day off from school if it's on a weekday. We're trying to kind of leverage the fact that it's an online conference to get more people to attend and to raise more awareness. And this podcast kind of ties in really well, because in order to stay connected with the student body as well at Western, but also in other universities, we think that this is a nice integration of introducing different ways of how multidisciplinary research can lead you into other fields, and how it's not just science-based. And if it is science-based, where can you lead with that? Where can other types of research lead you in life? You could start with one type of degree, but then end up with a whole different type of career. And we've talked to lots of professionals and individuals from various different fields, and I can't be the only one. Like Lev and Jonica can probably agree with me on this, that it's been a great experience and really eye-opening for me. Every time we meet with a new guest, it's just, we're just so excited, and like right afterwards, it's just
say it.
We're buzzing, and we're excited for you to hear more about them and their work and where they are and what their passions are and what words they have for you, because obviously they've been in your shoes at one point. As well, teaching that research is multidisciplinary and research is research. And if you keep asking questions, I think there is no limit to the amount of research that can be done.
Come out to the conference. Yeah. We'll have prizes for you.
We're trying to make it as interesting as possible, because we know that everyone's tired of staring at a screen for classes and other things. And it's hard to take that first step to actually attend an event that's non-mandatory, just out of free will. Like, who wants to do that? But we're trying to make it that's informative. You'll learn something, hopefully, but you'll also support the researchers who have done something. But we're also trying to make it fun and like networking event. You can see guest panelists that are from different fields who could, tell you about their experience as well. If you would like to apply to be a presenter at WSRC this year, applications are open till January 15th. Please apply. And if you do not have research, that is okay. But a great way to start and maybe open your eyes to the world of research is to attend our event in March. And you can definitely meet lots of people. You can ask lots of questions.
If this first episode gets 100 views, Ishita is going to play on a guitar next episode and sing.
I'll be taking recommendations or song requests.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
On Instagram, and like our Facebook page to stay updated.
Stay tuned for TikTok.
Maybe coming up with a TikTok. That'd be great. Can you imagine Lev doing TikTok dances to get your attention? Amazing.
I'm good. But I was just going to mention, if you want Ishita and Janica to answer some fan questions,
we can have a little
the Instagram page, message the Facebook page. Make a TikTok account for when we have a TikTok. So
hashtag Western SRC.
WSRC.
Like, I mean, both the hashtags are ours. So
hashtag the abstract.
Subscribe.
If this episode doesn't convince you to join Western Student Research Conference, I don't know what will, because honestly, it's the best conference
in
the world. And yeah, make sure to share our episodes, our podcasts.
Subscribe.
Hope you enjoyed. Thanks,
Thank you,
Ishita and
Jonica.
Lev, for coming to talk about your experiences.
Thank you.
Thank you. And
No,
to
thank
you, the
you.
listener.
No, thank you.
Thank
No,
you.
Thank you.
Nah,
No.
thank you.